Joining me today to talk about last year's women's soccer season is head coach Holly Cox and last year's GLVC Offensive Player of the Year, Taylor Peck. Thank you both for joining me to talk about the wonderful season you guys had last year. It was really fun to be a part of. Holly, I'll start with you here first. Everyone knows the narrative. Picked to finish 10th in the GLVC. But when did you know that this team was going to be really, really special this year? Like what part of the season or what game?
Yeah, I mean, you recruit a whole spring, a whole fall before the next up-and-coming season. So I knew our incoming class could make an impact right away. And that spring prior to the 2019 fall season, we had an unbelievable spring season. I mean, the young lady that's on the call right now, some of the goals she scored in the spring was exciting for, you know the potential then that she has and the other players have going into fall season. So, the returners worked extremely hard that spring in preparation for fall. We knew, God, our core group of returners are ready. Now, how many freshmen, how many incoming players can come in and make an impact? And, they did. We had a lot of local ladies that worked hard over summer being on campus in preparation for that fall season. So, I mean, honestly, Alec, I knew our returners were ready. It was just how many incoming ladies were going to be ready for the fall.
Actually talked about you starting off the season. You had 2 goals in the first game against Parkside. How did that help you for your momentum for the junior year? You had a phenomenal year. So what did that first game give you confidence wise to carry throughout the rest of the year?
I think that gave me a lot of confidence going forward within myself, but also one of the major turning points of the season was right away, when we played Bellarmine. We got an amazing overtime win, and I think that confidence, being able to beat an amazing team like Bellarmine right away, and that just really fueled our energy for the rest of the season going forward. We were like, if we can do that against them, we can take on anyone and bring it every game.
Yeah, that win against Bellarmine, Holly talked about the freshman coming in, Alexia Hardy scoring her first career goal in overtime, really kind of, sparked your guys' conference season for you. Coach, we'll go back to you here. You guys lost. You got second in the GLVC, hosted your first round game, but then you fell to USI. I know things you were kind of like, are we going to get in? Are we not? You were on the bubble. But the feeling when you guys got in, how big was that to get off your shoulders? You knew you were in. What was the feeling like for you there?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's something I'm going to remember forever. I mean, you summed it up so well, to lose in the first round of the conference tournament and think your season is potentially over is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for us as coaches. It's heartbreaking for the players, and to see your seniors who, at that moment thought it was their last collegiate game for UND. I mean, it was devastating, but deep down inside, we always thought, well, there's a chance. And I mean, Alec, you sat with me and we watched some of the games in my office. I watched some of it. I had to leave and juggle a soccer ball because I was so nervous. But, I was on edge leading up to the selection show, and, you always hope that it's going to go your way, and it did. And I was just I was more so happy just for the ladies. You videoed their, when we found out and we were in Wells Fargo, you videoed that moment, and you saw the pure joy and excitement. And I think you also saw, a second opportunity to keep your season going. And the way the ladies reacted, I think, was because that way they reacted, it showed that, we're not done. And I didn't think even making it to the NCAA, I didn't think we would just be done by just making it. And they proved that. They went in and won a couple of games in the NCAA. So it was awesome. It really was.
Yeah, you had to leave your office there, go juggle a soccer ball. Then when we called you to tell you some results, we couldn't get a hold of you. We didn't know. We sent about 3 people out across campus looking for you. We were worried there for a split second. Peck, not many people know, but you were banged up towards the end of the year after that GLVC game. But you made it. You were able to come back somehow, some way. You must have superpowers for those NCAA tournament games. What was it like for you? Getting ready not only mentally but physically during that time as well.
Yeah, it was really hard, but I think once we made it to the NCAA tournament, it was just like, it felt like another beginning of the season, and like we had just started again, and I was just ready to keep the season going. I didn't want that last game at home to like be our last game of the season, and just to be able to like come back and play on the field with my teammates, like that really meant everything to me, and like we just were able to like keep it going throughout the rest of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, how you were able to run with your ankle wrapped that many times, I'll never understand, but you're just a better athlete than me, which is no surprise. Coach, we'll come back to you. We traveled to Findlay, Ohio for those NCAA tournament games. 7 seed, so you got 2 seed of Walsh. Started off, you upset the number 2 seed with an amazing goal by Elena Espinosa there. But then you come back, you have to face Findlay on their home field in front of a crowd that was just and it's like anything I have never seen at a college soccer game before. Which one was the bigger win? I know it's going to be hard for you to choose, but which one was bigger for you?
What made it really special is we kind of knew what to expect. We watched them play Rockhurst in the game before, and we saw, their fans. We saw how loud they were, some of the stuff they were saying, how physical the game was against Rockhurst. And we used that to our advantage because we knew what to expect. So the ladies were prepared going into Findlay, but it's very, very different once you step on the field. You can prepare all you like, but when you're right there in it and next to it, it was a physical game. And I do think the Findlay game will go down in a top memory for me, just beating a host team with their crowd in front of their fans, in front of their supporters, and coming out and winning the game. That was a special game for me, Alec.
Yeah, words can't even begin to describe their crowd that day. It was just unreal. Peck, back to you again. What will you remember most from this past year in that team?
I think I'll really just remember like the heart that we had the whole season. We really just like came together as a family from the beginning of preseason. We were a family, and like we just really instilled that all season, and we just found that like if we really lean on each other throughout every game and hold each other accountable, but also like just want each other to succeed, and that will help the team succeed, then we will eventually just be successful all season. And I think I'll just remember how much like love we had for each other.
It was a special team. You were always so much fun to be around, for sure. We'll move on to this season just real quick here. Coach, what are you guys doing to get ready for this year, given the circumstances that we're currently in?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's not ideal, obviously, but everyone's in the same boat right now. You're making the most of the resources that we have and that are available to us and our players. I've got to give a shout out to our strength and conditioning staff, who have been absolutely unbelievable during this time. Spring, I mentioned at the beginning of this video, spring was so important last year in our preparation for fall, and we've missed almost the whole of this spring. And that's tough. That's tough going into fall season. But our strength coach have developed unbelievable, spring packet, summer packet. Us as a soccer staff, me and my staff have tried to give our ladies as many, soccer resources as we can find and we can produce for them. And then hopefully here in the near future, we'll be back on campus and doing a bit of training with the ladies. So, Alec, it's not ideal, but I have faith in our ladies that they're working hard individually at home when they get back collectively together, because they've stayed hungry, you know, experiencing a season like last season. You want to repeat it and you want to get back there. And I think they've started to understand the importance of preparation to get there again. So yeah, again, I cross my fingers every summer, right, that the ladies are doing their work, and they showed me they can do it last year. Just got to continue to do that.
They're a good group.
Right,
I'm pretty sure they'll be just fine with what they're doing. Beck, what are you looking forward to most about your final year?
I'm just looking forward to being back with the team right now. We haven't seen each other in so long, but we've been staying connected over Zoom calls and like weekly checkups and updates. And so I'm just excited to have us all back together and hopefully have another amazing season and even build off of last season. Let's go farther.
Going further always sounds great. Well, thank you both for coming by and talking about last season. It was sure was fun to be a part of, and can't wait to see what happens this year.
Thank you, Alec. And Alec, you've been amazing, and we're going to miss you.
Thank you.